In order to scale car rental business, commercial insurance is one of the most important part of the whole system. It is very, very, very necessary so that you could sleep at night. In this video, I will share how we found commercial insurance for car rental business and where we find it, how much we paid for it, and I will share it with you guys in this video absolutely for free. Let's get started. So when we were starting out, we bought a few cars, right? And there was no other way to insure them but to put it under our personal insurance. And there are a few downsides of having personal insurance and adding cars and drivers into that. First of all, if there is any accident with the fault of your renter, the price of your premium of your personal insurance will rise. The second one is if they find out that you are renting those cars out or you are making money out of it, they will cancel and they will not pay insurance. So you will be left with the broken car, your car, and also the other car that was hit. And the third one is it is very hard, basically impossible to scale the business. There will be a lot of people coming in, going out, taking the car, returning the car, and going through the whole process with the personal insurance. It is a nightmare. And there are people who are doing it. Let's say they open Geico policy, they put 3-4 cars in there, and they open Progressive, they put 3-4 cars in there, and they open Geico with their wife's sister, mother, father account, and they add a few cars in there. Here and there, they're trying to survive it, but we didn't want to go through this road because the worst thing that could happen, you are sleeping, you wake up from the call of the renter, hey, I got into accident, I think I'm at fault. This is actually the nightmares that car rental businesses go through. And we went through the whole process. The only thing that we were worried is I got into accident and I'm at fault. That's why from early on, we focused on finding commercial insurance. And the problem is that California is a very, very bad state in order to do car rental business because there are a lot of people who scam, who try to get money from insurance, and all those insurance companies, they don't want to deal with it anymore. And many of them, they just left. Many of them, they don't deal with people and car rental business here in California. That's why it was very, 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 very difficult to find commercial insurance. We were looking for commercial insurance for 2-3 months. We couldn't find it. All the companies that we called, we say, hey, car rental business? No, there's nothing that we want to do with car rental business. And when I was searching on Telegram, where a lot of things happen about the car rental business that we are doing, we find clients from there and so on. And accidentally, I saw an ad from a Russian-speaking guy who does insurance and everything. He said he could find commercial insurance for car rental business. Hey, right away we called him, we met and everything. So he was talking about 2 other insurance companies, and one of them, they stopped working 1 week before we actually called that guy. And there was only one left. They said if your business is registered in LA, they will not cover it, because LA is very busy area, and your best bet is to register your car outside of LA, like San Diego or somewhere, or Santa Clarita, so that they could approve it. At that time, we didn't open a business entity because we were looking for commercial insurance. We knew that the address is problematic, and that's why to that day we waited. And when he said that, hey, those cities are good, we found spot in San Diego, we registered the car on that street, and we applied for commercial insurance. You know what? They didn't approve it. They said, F you. And here we are sitting with a business address located in San Diego. We opened the whole thing and we cannot find commercial insurance. And a few weeks passed by, we are searching online here and there, and that guy calls us a few weeks later, says, hey, we found a new insurance company that actually covers, and they are very good. Everything is online. You can do everything. I will do the first thing, and after that, adding a vehicle and dealing with insurance is very easy. You can do it on your end, and we'll be good to go. So we were ready. We came, and he showed us everything, and we paid him around $800 to $900 just for his job. And the company that he did with called Lula, L-U-L-A. Believe it or not, but this is actually the company that I found online when I was doing my research. But at that time, this Lula was working only with Turo hosts. But the problem with that is that the main insurance kicks in when the guy is renting from Turo is a Turo insurance. You don't have to deal with it. And that Lula covered cars when they are not rented out on Turo. When those cars are in your parking lot, they are not rented out. If anything happens to them, this insurance covers it. But when they are rented out on Turo insurance covers it. You don't have to deal with it. At that time, when I was doing my research, that was the only option. And then later on, thankfully, they added another part. And here's another part. When we go on Lula website, we scroll down. Here's the pricing. The first one is commercial auto, as low as $128 per vehicle per month, made for private car rental operators. Full coverage on and off rent, state minimum limit. State minimum limit is $15,000 for one person in the accident, $30,000 for two and more people inside the vehicle, and $5,000 for property damage. And here's full coverage on and off rent. Basically, we rent out for a renter. It is covered. When the renter returns us and the vehicle is in the parking lot, it is still covered under this policy. Made for private car rental operators. So we are private because our cars are not on Turo. So we basically find clients, we find renters, and we rent them those cars out. And here's off rental program, only $79. This is exactly for Turo hosts. When their cars are on the parking lot, they are covered for $79 per vehicle per month. And it says off rent coverage only, state minimum limit. So this Lula insurance requires that you have the car which is 15 years and newer. So if you have a car that is 15 years and older, they will not accept it. Thank you very much for every single person who actually created Lula. God damn, it is very helpful here in California. I don't know what we would do without this. There's one downside though. As for example, we have, let's say, 16, 17 cars, and there are renters, let's say during their rental period, they got into accident, it is their fault, right? The whole policy under our company actually covers it. And as it covers it, it spends money, right? And that's why if there are a few more accidents, there is a huge chance that they will not renew us. That they will say that, hey, we don't want to deal with you guys because there are a lot of cars that are getting into accident under your policy. And this is one of the problems that everyone will face. And there's a solution for it, and I'll tell you right now. And the solution for that is non-owner insurance policy. So there's a policy called non-owner insurance. That's exactly for those people who rent the car, because it says non-owner insurance policy. Basically, those people who rent our cars, they are not owner of the car. They just rent the car. When they have non-owner insurance policy, that insurance also is a minimum state minimum, basically $15,000, $30,000, $5,000 for property damage, and it is liability only. So let's say our renter, he got into the accident, it is his fault. We will not call this insurance, we will not call Lula insurance. That renter will share his non-owner insurance under his name. It is his policy, and that insurance will fight, will pay, will do whatever they want to that car. They will not have anything for our car, but they will deal with the other car. Lula is out of it, unless we tell Lula, hey, our renter got into accident and we need to fix our car. Deductible for Lula insurance is $1,000. So basically, if the damage of our vehicle is greater than $1,000, we pay $1,000 for Lula to kick in and cover the rest of our car. Or if it is under $1,000, so we basically charge their deposit of the renter and we fix it ourselves and will not talk with the Lula insurance. And that accident basically will not harm us at all because we buy additional non-owner insurance policy under his name, under driver's name. So that if anything happens with his fault, that insurance will deal with it. That insurance will cover what is necessary. Lula, our baby Lula, is out here resting unless something crazy happens. And this way, we basically saved ourselves our Lula policy. How much non-owner insurance will cost, you may ask? Non-owner policy, there are a few interesting parts of non-owner policy that we have to talk about. The first one is that the regular person cannot buy non-owner policy. Non-owner policy could be bought only with when there's commercial insurance. So if you got a personal car, you cannot buy non-owner insurance. Non-owner insurance is only when there is commercial insurance. So it only works when someone is renting our car, right? They have commercial insurance and they can get non-owner policy. Non-owner policy is not a lot. It basically costs around $200 to $350 depending where you live during 6 months. So basically for 6 months you pay let's say average $300. It's not per month, $300 per month. The whole month, 6 months, costs $300. But as I said, a regular person cannot buy that insurance. You have to go through the broker. And here comes the worst part of the whole thing with non-owner insurance. Brokers, they can charge whatever the hell they want. There's someone who charges $50, $100, and there was a guy that wanted to charge $200 for a brokerage fee. This is freaking nuts. That's why I spent a lot of time searching, a lot of time calling, finding out who is a person who could do it for $50, $60, $70, okay, $100 top to do that non-owner policy. That's the price that you pay up front. That's the price that we are willing to pay up front. Of course, we will not charge our clients, our renters that much. We'll pay it out of our pocket so that we don't have to worry about anything when they get into accident and it is their fault. There will be a link down in the descriptions. If you go through that link, I believe you will get $100 from Lula when you get your policy. So basically it is a welcome bonus for new people who want to try using Lula. If you are a Turo host who wants to cover their cars when they are off rent, or if you are looking to do private car rental, maybe you are already doing, you can basically use it, do it. And the good part about this one I have to mention is that it doesn't matter where your business is located. Basically, it could be in the middle of the LA. They don't give a shit, basically, which is very, very, very good. That's why we changed our location from San Diego to LA so that we don't have to worry about anything else. So basically everything that I shared with you guys is from the bottom of my heart. I hope that this video will help at least one person, one new entrepreneur who is trying to get into car rental business. He wants to grow everything and open a business, get commercial insurance, and grow car rental business to the highest level possible. Please use this video as an educational video. I hope that it will help someone. I know it would help me a ton if I found this kind of video online when we were going through the whole process. We wouldn't spend $800 for the guy